Okay, well, we'll chat again in a couple of moments, but a number of Billy's colleagues couldn't be with us tonight because of prior commitments. Here now are tributes from three legends, starting with the great John Charles.
Well, he never wanted to lose now. He was so strong, and I think that when they made him captain of Leeds United, and when Don Revie made him captain, I think that the thing that he made the other players play as well, you know, although they were a great team, don't get me wrong, you know, but he made them play that little bit better, I think. And I think that as a captain, he was terrific.
A lot of people, you know, always thought Billy was fiery, and a lot of people called him dirty. He certainly wasn't dirty. I mean, he was 5'5", and he used to go in and tackle people like Ron Yates, who's 6'4". He was fearless, and but he had a wonderful ability. He was a lovely passer of the ball. And one of his greatest attributes on the soccer field was he never knew when he was beaten. You know, in Billy Bremner's book, until the final whistle went, no matter what the score was, you kept going right into the last.
Nice fellas. Peter said the joker. If there was any joking or carrying on to be done, it was done by Billy Bremner and Johnny Giles, the two littlest fellas in the team and in the dressing room. But nobody ever took offence with it. It was good-humoured.
Well, Norman Hunter and Peter Lorimer were very definitely part of the Elland Road family. Eddie, what was it about this family atmosphere at Elland Road?
Well, I think obviously Don Revie got a lot of great players. He got them to love the club, to play for each other, to work hard for each other, and Billy was his right-hand man in the park. I mean, it's as simple as that. He was a great captain for club and country. He was a great fella, going well with everybody, fiercely competitive man, and he was just great to play with.
And what about Billy's part in this family atmosphere? How did he contribute to it?
Well, just his general attitude to life. He had a great attitude to life, as Bobby says earlier. Very funny man, made you laugh, get everybody mixing in together. And as I said, when Don Revie wanted anything to happen on the park, Billy usually made sure that it was carried out, in no uncertain terms. He'd let you know if you were having a bad time.
Mick, is that how you remember him, a tough taskmaster in midfield?
Well, when I actually joined when I was 15 years old, I think Billy thought he was the world's best midfield player. And I couldn't actually comprehend this. You know, he actually believed he was the best in the world. Now, at that time, with me just starting, obviously I could play a little bit, but I never had this attitude that Billy had. Now, I went through the team. Most of the lads actually thought that, but Billy epitomised it somehow, that he was the best. And it turned out that he probably was. I'll miss him. You know, we'll all miss him. It's just a terrible loss for us all.
Paul, was that something that you took into every game? This almost feeling that you drew from Billy, a feeling of invincibility almost?
I think it was, yeah, but you've got to remember the team that we was in. People has asked me how we feel about this. Every player is the same in the Leeds United side. It was really, we didn't particularly go out together off the park, we was perhaps in twos. On the park it was as one. If somebody got a knock on the park, everybody got that knock. Billy now is no longer with us, everybody has lost that. So it was a great team to play in, but it was as one.
Okay, we'll talk again in a moment. Now, Billy's midfield partner, for the most of the time, was Johnny Giles. Now, their understanding and teamwork was said to verge on the telepathic by some people. Well, we spoke to Johnny earlier today about his 12-year midfield partnership with Billy.
You're doing something at a time in your life that you will never do as well again. And we were a group of players who did what we did very well, and we lived for it. Billy lived for it. And when you're in that type of situation, you've got hard battles away from home, you go to East Germany, you've got vital matches where it forges a friendship that otherwise is not forced, I don't think. It's like going through a war together. And it's a relationship that stays with you for the rest of your life. And Billy, unfortunately, is the first of our group of players to go. And I feel very sad for Billy and his family that they're losing a father and a husband, but also for our own group of players, because whenever we have a get-together again, it can't be the same, because Billy won't be there, and he was a vital member of the team.
Helen, it's obviously a very emotional time. I guess that you must be able to remember the humorous side of Billy as well at this time.
Yeah, I think one of the things I remember when we qualified for the European Cup final, and it was an ambition of everyone connected with Leeds United, and especially the gaffer, to win the European Cup. as everybody knows, like the gaffer had left for England, but we got there. And I remember playing Barcelona. I think we beat them 2-1 at Ellen Road, the second match at Barcelona. We knew we had to score first, which we did. Peter Lorimer scored after about 15 minutes. But as I said, Billy was my roommate, and I remember in our hotel room on the afternoon of the game, my sister Bella says, well, win, lose or draw, because we were flying back the next day, back to Leeds. I says, win, lose or draw. I says, we're going to have a good night. We ain't going to go to bed. All right, all right. So I remember we got through and we were in the final. Everybody's elated, and I remember back at the hotel and we were all having a good drink. Anyway, I was with Mick Jones actually, and a few more lads, and I says, where's Bill? And I happened to look round over my shoulder, and this is like 4:30 in the morning. He was my roommate, like, and he's on all fours, climbing up the stairs, like. He was absolutely shattered. So I says, hey, Bill, where you going? He says, I'm only going to the toilet, Al. Well, that was, you know, he's shattered, but he went to bed anyway. We're supposed to be leaving at 9:30 for the airport to fly back. And I remember at 7:30, I says to Jonah, come on, I says, we'll go and get him up, like, and say it's 9:30. I remember walking into our room, and he was in bed, and it was 9:30. So I says, Bill, I says, it's 9:30. I said, we're going now. He shot out the bed, went into the bathroom, brushed his teeth, and I said, just calm down. I said, 7:30. And I mean, the look that he gave me, like, but we were always, that sort of fun it was, really.
Well, of course, the tight bonds forged between the players at Elland Road was something other clubs admired and tried to emulate. Now, Billy's tenacious qualities were admired by opposing players too, once back in the safety of their dressing room.
When we played, there was a lot of tough fellas around. You know, Tommy Smith and Ronnie Yates, Jerry Byrne and our team. And we, Billy, when he tells stories about Liverpool, remember that team, Liverpool. But we competed, funnily enough. And I mean, if two players went in for the ball, bang, it was one of them bust the ball thing. It wasn't going in behind people and whacking them and kicking them.
He'd kick it every time he could, you know, but he would go for the ball, obviously, but he wasn't too bothered about which order he got it, ball and man, or man and ball, you know. But he was good tackle. But on top of that, he was still a wonderful footballer, very skillful, and scored a lot of goals from midfield play.
This is Clark to Bremner in the clear. Bremner, a goal! What a magnificent goal by Bremner!
A few key players, but Billy Bremner, but to me, was always he was the key player in the side. If he played, then Leeds played.
I mean, he just loved football. It's all right saying he was a great leader, but he basically loved to play football himself, and his enthusiasm would then spill over to you and to all his teammates. And he would never accept anybody going out there and representing either Leeds United or wearing the blue of Scotland without being 100% committed to the cause.
I was in Scotland on Sunday at a function, and the audience stood up and had a minute's silence. And to me it was very moving.
Well, a moving tribute from Dennis Law there. Trevor Cherry, you came into the side in 1972. How were you made to feel when you came into the side and this family atmosphere?
Yeah, it was very easy, John, to be honest. The Weeman was brilliant. He was skipper then. And, I was a younger end. I was playing in a team of full internationals at that time, and I felt a little bit lost, but he took me under his wing very quickly. I got on brilliant with the wee man. He was a tremendous skipper, but the team spirit with the boys was fantastic. It was like one for all and all for one, as the saying goes. And I mean, my job was to win the ball. You used to win the ball and look up, and you'd have like 5 or 6 white shirts screaming at you, give it me. You know, you didn't have enough balls to pass, if you like. It was a tremendous team. I've got to say it was an easy team to play because of the great players as well.
Great memories. Of course.